Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sleep Clinic, Fridays at 1 online, and it's free. And I'm really excited because we've got Catriona again. I met Catriona in networking, which was SME Force for Good. And as you know, she spoke before about gardening and how restful you can be in your garden to help your creative rest and help to rest. And Catriona is amazing because she's helped herself sleep better. I'm so excited about that because it's so wonderful to be able to sleep better. And she's going to talk to us about breath work. Over to you, Catriona.
Right. So here we are. Ooh. Oh, hello. Yeah. So hopefully you can see. Ooh, why does it keep disappearing? Hopefully you can see my screen.
Yes. Yeah.
You can. I can't. It keeps disappearing for some reason, but keep switching on and off. Hopefully this is going to work. Oh my goodness. Why is it so difficult?
I can see your screen there, Catriona Rowbotham there.
Yeah. Does it stay? Because mine keeps flickering on and off.
Yeah, mine's got the full screen and it says breathe there, so I can see it.
That's very good because mine keeps turning off, but hopefully it will work. Yeah. So I'll start it staying. So yes, I had insomnia for many years. I think probably started because my youngest didn't sleep through the night until she was 5. So for the first 5 years, I was woken up fairly regularly. She's asthmatic and she has eczema, so poor thing, she just didn't sleep, and neither did I. And then I couldn't sleep after that. It became a habit. And then, of course, we had the pandemic, we had lockdown. I caught COVID at least twice, and I'm asthmatic, so that also affected my sleep because I was just really unhealthy. My breathing was really bad. I put on a lot of weight, and I just wanted to get healthier. So I came across, this is where we hope that it will work. Yeah, I came across an app or an organization called Second Nature, which is an NHS-backed app. It's primarily to help you lose weight, but because it takes a really holistic approach, they look at the reasons why you might have got overweight in the first place. So whether you're not exercising enough, whether you are stressed and maybe comfort eating or drinking too much, again, probably because you're stressed. Not sleeping well was a big thing with them because, of course, that affects your cortisol levels as well. So it's all about trying to manage those aspects of your life and therefore through that become healthier. Along with that, you lose weight because generally you do. But anyway, the big revelation for me was actually about breathing, and particularly because I'm asthmatic. This has been really helpful for me, and I have started sleeping through the night, which I attribute the new breath work, along with a few other things. I attribute it to that. So they referred me to this book called Breath, which is a Sunday Times bestseller, and in that there were several revelations for me. The first revelation, I think, came through Second Nature itself, which actually I didn't realize. You know, when people say, oh, just breathe deeply, just calm down and breathe deeply if you're feeling stressed, I didn't realize that was actually a thing. It's not just a saying. By breathing correctly, not necessarily deeply, and we'll get on to that, but by breathing correctly, you can physically lower your cortisol levels. And that's something that I did not realize. And so you can take control of your stress even in the moment. So the easiest and biggest revelation for me was box breathing. So these are the things, my takeaways from that breath book, the things that I have used going forward to help my own breathing. Box breathing is super easy, and I can tell you right now how it works. So it's something that Navy SEALs use when they're in highly stressful situations. And obviously they are in very stressful situations. And so it helps you stay calm and focused. But most of all, when you have that spike in stress in whatever situation it might be, I mean, sometimes I'd get stressed by stupid things like packing my shopping at the checkout, you know, and I'd just get, or driving or something like that, I'd just get that spike in cortisol, my heart would go and I'd get sweaty palms and, you know, that real physical reaction to stress. And this genuinely calms me down within a minute or two. So you inhale to count 4, hold for 4, counting fairly slowly, exhale for 4 and hold for 4. And you just repeat and repeat until you can feel your heartbeat slowing down again. And that for me has been revolutionary. You know, last time I got stressed in a shop because I thought I'd lost my purse, which, you know, I'm scatterbrained, so this happens quite regularly. And I just did it in the middle of the shop in the checkout queue whilst calmly looking for my purse. And I just calmed down. And of course I found it because I was calm. Whereas, you know, in other situations previously, that would have sent me into a tiz for a few hours or more. Revelation 3, never breathe through your mouth. Again, I did not know this. Apparently some people have a problem with breathing through their mouth at night, and that can cause all sorts of problems. I established that that wasn't really my problem. But if you do have that problem, you can do something called mouth taping with sort of very low sticky, the kind of sticky tape you get for butterfly stitches. So it's not very sticky. You just put it on and it stops you. But what I was doing, I had started to try and get fit through the Second Nature app, and I was doing the Couch to 5K thing. And I'd started running and I was enjoying it, but I had a couple of really bad asthma attacks after a couple of runs, and that put me right off running. And I'm pretty sure this was because I was breathing through my mouth whilst I was running. And taking breaths in through your mouth allows cold or pollen or unfiltered air to irritate your airways, which is really bad for you if you're asthmatic. So because basically the little hairs in your nose, they pre-warm the air before it gets there, and they pre-filter the air. So it's always breathe through your nose when you're outside. Now, I am not fit enough, it turns out, or I haven't got the knack of running and breathing solely through my nose. That's proved very challenging. So I've stopped running at present, and I'm swimming once a week instead to get my aerobic exercise. So it's finding things that work for you when you know that one thing is not working or is making your asthma worse. And my fourth revelation is the Buteyko breathing technique. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly because I'm not an expert, but he was a Russian guy who basically noticed that his patients were not breathing correctly. He was a doctor, and that they were always taking short, sharp breaths from their upper chest, people with respiratory problems. So he taught them how to breathe properly from their abdomen. So really you need a teacher, I've been told, but I actually used the methods in the book Breathing Free by Theresa Hale rather than hiring a teacher. And I did manage to teach myself. Can't tell you briefly how to do it, but it is very easy. But you do need to either read the book or get a teacher. And it does take a few weeks to master because it doesn't feel natural to start with. But the whole idea is not to breathe deeply, actually. It's to take easy, shallow breaths. And that, again, has been a revelation. And revelation number 5 is just relax. Turns out that relaxing is not a nice to have. It's essential for your well-being, particularly if you have asthma, because stress will exacerbate tension and exacerbate tension in your airways. Obviously, as a garden designer, I'd recommend getting out in some daylight, doing some gardening, get your hands dirty, doing little repetitive tasks to let your mind calm down. But you know, whatever works for you, you relax however you want to. As a final word on breathing, particularly for asthmatics, I must be clear that I still take all of my medication as prescribed by my GP, but that these breathing methods that I have discovered help keep my asthma under control, and that allows me greater energy and fitness, and also helps me sleep. Other solutions that have helped my sleep work are that I now exercise daily, whether that's 20 minutes of yoga in the morning or a dog walk in the fresh air. I have given up caffeine completely. Sadly, it just doesn't work with my body. I just can't sleep if I drink it. And finally, I just don't worry if I have the occasional sleepless night now. And this has all led to me sleeping peacefully through on a regular basis. Thanks.
That was really good. Thank you so much for sharing a wonderful, wonderful talk, because we all need a little bit of, you know, restfulness and being able to breathe correctly, and also to change our lifestyle to make it more conducive. One of the things I noticed is that you gave up caffeine completely, which is quite difficult for some of us to do. I
was actually sick the week that I gave up. I gave up cold turkey, which was probably a really bad idea. And I was I vomited. I was obviously, you know, it was really hard. It was awful. I had terrible headaches for a week and I was sick. So it wasn't a nice experience giving up, but also that leads me to not want to touch it now, because I don't want to, I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry about that. That was an internet interruption.
Oh, don't worry.
So thank you. I did get a lot of the talk there. I only missed the tiny little bit. So thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'm just going to stop the recording now, and thanks again for a wonderful talk. Thank you.